Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky, and today we are going to be working on layout number 1 for Mini Kit Monday, July 2020. July is a big month for us, well, for me anyways. My child will be 27 at the end of the month. How cool is that? Right? Okay, so you can see right here, I am going through this stash I have that I put into Mini Kit Mondays. Most of my papers were scraps. I'm pulling out like girl type pages because I wanted to scrapbook this series of photos that are of Riley. This is before COVID started, and we had a sleepover, and mommy and daddy forgot to bring her sippy cups. So I took a coffee cup, traveling coffee cup, and put a straw in it through the lid. And that's how she was drinking her water, or even I had even put some juice in there for her too at one point. But yes, this is how she had to drink it. She was pretty small at this point. She was just a little over a year. So yeah, she couldn't really drink out of a cup without a lid at this time. Anyways, I thought these were so cute, just the way she was eating her little Cheetos, because grandma's house, and standing at the edge of the table just with just the straw in her mouth. I thought it was adorable. Now, I did pull in an extra piece of paper. This paper I used for the border, that is from Simple Stories. I don't know if it's a line or if it just, I have no idea where I got it. Yeah, I just used that. I wanted a border on here. I just felt like I didn't have quite enough pattern papers that actually really worked for me on this layout. If you did see when I put together my kit, a lot of the things in my kit are geared more toward boyish type layouts. So yeah, I did not have any full papers, but I just felt like I wanted to have a border, so that's what we went ahead and did. You can see I did pull out the stitched together flower paper. That's like my favorite paper from the stitched together line. By the way, I just went online and checked. There are still a few pieces of the stitched together line over at the Close to My Heart website. If you click on my link and then you can go to the search bar and just type in stitched, it'll show you everything that is still left on this line. There are a couple workshops. I think there might even be a pack of paper or two. Supplies are getting low on this one because it is way too gorgeous. So yes, that's what that main paper is. And then the other pieces were mostly scraps. Oh, well, all of these were scraps. Even that stitched together had some pieces missing, but it was a large scrap, very large scrap. I think it was like 11 by 12. So the other two, like that pink one, I do believe that is Jelly Bean Soup. That green one, and No Clue, and that yellow one, I don't know about that either. It's just a really small scrap. I do play around with this green one quite a bit. I like it a lot, but I don't end up using it. I end up pulling another scrap out of my Mini Kit Monday box, and it is a piece of the UV treated cardstock that came out from Close to My Heart. So I am going to go ahead and excuse me, trim this down a little bit. I'm sorry. It's still pretty early in the morning, so I still got all sorts of the sinus stuff going on in my head right now. I don't know if anybody else is blessed with all the allergies, but morning time kind of sucks. You got to get your head cleared, right? So yeah, I am going to go ahead, this right here, this piece of UV treated cardstock, that is what I'm going to end up using. I do move these papers around quite a bit, trying to figure out what kind of configuration I like on here. But yes, I'm going to end up going with something like this. I will use that pink paper, and also I'm still going to use that UV treated cardstock. I'm just going to use it in a little bit of a different way. On this yellow piece, I'm going to end up bordering that on my photos again. And it's going to be a pretty small mat, right? It's pretty small. I don't have a whole lot going over the edges on it. So here's where I go ahead and decide I'm going to use this pink piece underneath there. And I will end up tucking that underneath the pattern paper instead of laying it on top. But I still really wanted to use some green. So here I'm just trying to figure out where I want to use this green. That quilt paper right there is the back side of the flower paper. I don't end up using that. I'm not much of into quilting type papers, so yeah, that one would be pretty difficult for me to use. In fact, I did get a whole bunch of the stitched together line, and I don't think I used the quilting paper even once, except for on cards. I did use it on cards because, you know, that's easier. It's easier to use papers that maybe aren't your most favorite design on a card. So there you go. I am going to go ahead and commit to the placement of this. I might take a minute to remind you guys to go check out all the other Mini Kit Monday ladies. We have got Traci, Dollie, Shannon, Kathy, and Daisy. They are all linked down below. Go check that out over there. We have had quite a few new members over on our Mini Kit Monday challenge group. The link to that is also down below. So welcome, ladies. Really happy to have you over there. I think that is because Janet, we love her. Janet over at RTS mentioned our group. So yeah, we had a surge of new ladies coming in over there. So that was pretty fun. So right here, I did take out some embellishments that were in my Mini Kit Monday box. I am going to use quite a bit of wood veneer on this one, I think. I'm going to use a couple of those dots. Here I'm trying to decide where I want my 3 clusters. So you can see I originally had that top circle over to the left, but I decided to put it over to the right instead. I go and check to see how much of this stitch together I have left, and I decided, the rest of my embellishments could be fussy cut, right? So I am going to fussy cut quite a bit of that paper that I have just cut that butterfly out of. I didn't fussy cut it yet, but I'm going to. See, here we go. We're going to go ahead and fussy cut, and then we're going to cut away because that was a lot of fussy cutting that I did. Here, I'm going to go ahead and commit to the placement of everything. I was going to use those 2 big squares of the green, but I decided to save one and just cut this other one up kind of small. I wanted it to kind of go over the edge of each side of the pink just a little bit, so I do have it cut in such a way that on the right hand side it extends about a 1/4 inch, and on the left hand side it can extend, or it extends about a 1/4 inch. I also pulled out a 2-inch punch, circle punch. Circles are probably my favorite shape, and I like them. I think that they can create some very good bases for your embellishment clusters. So on this one I did punch out 3 red circles. Now that scrap of that red cardstock was also in my Mini Kit Monday kit. It is the, I don't know, it's called red apple maybe. It's candy apple cardstock from Close to My Heart, something like that. It's just a red. It's like a lighter on one side, and then on the other, it's more of the candy apple red. I do choose to go with the candy apple side. Now, right here, you can see I am using quite a few pieces that I fussy cut out. That blue flower, the yellow flower, the red flower, and that cute little ladybug. That's one of my favorite things about that stitched together collection is the ladybugs, because they are my favorite. I think they are adorable. And then I also, in my Mini Kit Monday kit, I did put in a box of wood veneer. So I pulled out a couple small flowers from that little box of wood veneer. And I also pulled out a little wood veneer that says hi. So right here, when I originally started playing with this layout or designing this layout, I thought I would pop that butterfly up right on top of the butterfly that was just like it, right? Well, then I ended up going for that circle element because it really blended into the page. So that's why I drew out that circle element in this layout, because I didn't want all of my cluster that is in that top to be, you know, blended in with the background. So my original idea really did end up working because I did put that circle in there. So you can't really even tell that that's a fussy cut popped up butterfly over the original butterfly. You see what I'm saying? I kind of wanted the original butterfly to be like maybe a shadow underneath it. It didn't end up going that way because it would have blended in with that busy background. So right here, I do build this little cluster down here at the bottom right as well. I put a little wood veneer in there. It just says hi, and another ladybug that is super cute that was fussy cut out of the paper. And then I just pull in some gold sequins. Now these sequins were not in my Mini Kit Monday. I did just have them sitting on my desk from a previous layout. So I thought, well, those will work because in this layout, I only pulled in a small, teeny tiny bit of enamel dots. I think there's like 6 enamel dots on the sheet, and then some puffy stickers that have some little dots on them as well. I did not do a lot of finishing touches in this kit, which was my mistake. I did pull it together quite quickly, so we'll see how it works out. I usually take a little bit more time making my kit than I did this month because I've been running behind on everything. If you have left a comment, I am sorry. I am going to try to get back to everybody. I just, busy, right? All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Check the links down below, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.